are gods, we are kings. We march in faith cause we believe we can change the world to what it needs. Stand against our enemies cause we can. Yeah, can't nothing ever stop us. Take one and another will rise up. We'll endure until we reach the end. We are gods, we are kings, demanding change cause we believe we can.
And invest, right? So you have an inheritance. Your inheritance was this land, right? And then you pass it on to your children, and your children pass it on to their children, and their children, such and so forth. That you understand that your inheritance was this whole land. Go ahead. All of North America, all of North America, not just New Mexico. All of North America belonged to the Native Americans, right? What happened? It was taken from us. Is that biblical? Yes, it is. Go ahead.
Our inheritance is turned to strangers.
Our land is turned to who?
Strangers.
Strangers. Who's that? And when was it? Yes, in the 1700s. Who was it that took the land? Christopher Columbus. What people was he? The white people took our land. You see that? The Spaniards, the English, the British, the French, the Portuguese took our lands. North, Central, South, and the Caribbean islands belonged to the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. This was our land, but we were murdered, tortured, burned alive if we didn't believe a fake image that is not in the Bible. Because Christ is in the Bible, but this is not Christ. They were killing us if we didn't believe that fake image of a Caucasian Jesus, which is nowhere in the Bible. All right? Go ahead.
Our houses to aliens. To who? Aliens.
Our houses are turned to aliens. Now they call the Hispanics illegal aliens when a lot of New Mexico, Arizona, California, and Texas belong to the Hispanics. And now we're the illegal aliens? No, God says the illegal aliens are the Caucasians that came and destroyed us. Give me Deuteronomy 28, verse 48.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48.
Now we were reading, right? That because we didn't listen to God and kept His commandments. This Bible is not about religion. This Bible is about nationality and keeping God's laws. What? Laws and commandments that we did not obey. And this is what happened to us. Verse 48.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy.
Because we didn't listen to God, we're going to serve our who?
Enemies.
Our enemies. And it's going to tell you who the enemy is. Go ahead.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
God send our enemies against us for not keeping His commandments, not His religion. All right, go ahead.
In hunger.
We're going to serve our enemies for food. Because guess what? This was our land, right? We had our own crops. We had our own fruit, vegetables. We had our own cattle, right? Now, our sheep, our ox, our buffalo, what happened to it? It was stolen from us because we didn't keep God's commandments. Now we have to go to our enemies to get food. We have to go to Walmart. We don't own Walmart. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans do not own Walmart. And even though you have a Hispanic own a Mexican restaurant, guess what? He still has to go and buy the food from his enemy.
That's right.
That makes sense? Go ahead.
And in thirst.
And in thirst. The rivers belong to us. We can't collect rainwater because we will get fined. You will go to jail if you collect rainwater. Did you know that's a law? Hey bro, did you know your history is in the Bible, brother? You got 5 minutes?
I know. I have a PhD in religious studies.
Okay. Do you keep God's commandments? What's your nationality? Let me finish real quick. Give me a second. Hold on, brother. Or give me 5 minutes, all right? Go ahead.
And in nakedness.
So we got to serve our enemies for food. water, and clothing. What does your clothes say? It says made in India, made in China. We have to serve our enemies for food, water, and clothing. Go ahead.
And in want of all things.
So the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we don't own anything. We might have our name on it, but we got to get the textiles from other places, from other nations. Go ahead.
And he,
your enemy,
shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Your enemy shall put a yoke of iron upon your neck. What does that mean? Look, brother, let me show you. This is what a yoke of iron is. You see this?
Bring it out.
You see this? That's the yoke of irons. That's chains. That's in the Bible. That our history is biblical.
Yes.
Our oppression, our destruction is biblical. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are in the Bible. Our history is in the Bible. Our enemies put yokes of iron upon our necks. And this happened. Why? Why did this happen? Verse 15. Once again.
Deuteronomy 28 verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So what's your name, brother? Ed? What's your name, brother? Asturiz? Okay, nice to meet you, brothers. My name is Soldier Ishiah. What does hearken mean? If you will not hearken, listen. Right? Y'all agree? Alright, go ahead, read that again.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken,
If you won't listen
unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments,
no, to do his religion,
all his commandments,
to do his commandments, to do is an action word. We got to apply what is written in the Bible. Go ahead.
and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Is a curse a good thing or a bad thing? It's a bad thing. A curse is a bad thing. I'm going to show you what is a curse that the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are going through today. Verse 16.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
Anywhere you go, LA, Phoenix, Albuquerque, New York, you'll find ghettos. Cursed in the city. Our people are always in the ghettos, slums, barrios, reservations. That's being cursed in the city. Go ahead.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
And cursed are you going to be wherever you work. The cotton fields, that's where we were cursed. The tomato fields in California, you'll find Hispanics there. Yes, sir. You'll find it back there. You'll find the Hispanics there. You'll find our people working minimum wage. Last hired, first fired.
Bring it out!
So, brother, read over that flyer. You're an Israelite. Deuteronomy 1:1. Now, we read this, but who is God talking to? Go ahead. Deuteronomy chapter 1 verse 1. Because we can read this and we say, yokes of iron. Our land was taken from us. But who is God talking to? Who is this book talking to? Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 1 verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
God said he's speaking to Israel. So when we read that you're going to be having chains on your neck, that was to Israel. Who did that happen to? The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Yes,
all
Lord.
these curses did not happen to no one else but the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Because we refuse to keep his commandments. I'm going to show you one commandment. Leviticus 21:5. I'm going to show you a basic commandment, okay, that we refuse to keep today, that we're taught not to do. Go ahead.
The book of Leviticus chapter 21 verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon their heads.
So shaving our head. I'm not saying you guys are bald, your head is shaved, okay? But this is the part I want. Go ahead.
Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
Read that again.
Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
Did you know that we are not supposed to shave our beards? God said that is a badge of manly dignity.
That's right.
Your beard is representation, because if you have a lion, he has his mane. The lioness does not have a mane. That makes sense? This is a basic commandment we don't keep. And America teaches you, no, look like the children. Look young. But that's why we get bumps. That you have bumps, right? Do you shave? No. Do you grow a beard? Do you grow a beard? Yes. Do you get bumps? Do you get razor bumps? No? Okay, well guess what? We're not supposed to shave our beard. You got that? Yes, sir. Check this out.
This is the Bible dictionary.
Definition of beard.
So this is what it means of why we should have a beard. Go ahead.
A badge of manly dignity.
It shows a badge of manly dignity. It shows the power of the man when you have your beard. Go ahead.
In contrast to the Egyptians, who usually shave the head and the face.
Because the Egyptians would shave off their head and their face. What? To be clean shaven. Guess what? God said we're supposed to keep our beard. Go ahead.
The Israelites,
that's you so-called blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans,
were forbidden to shave off the corners of their beards.
We were not supposed to shave at all. That was our badge. That was our symbol of manly dignity.
Probably because it was regarded as a heathenish sign.
It was a heathenish sign. That was for the other nations. The other nations shave. When you go to corporate America. Go ahead.
Gotta get this. To compel a man to cut off his beard was to inflict upon him a shameful disgrace.
You know what that said? If you shave off your face, that is a shameful disgrace. God said we're not supposed to shave off. That's a basic law.
Now they will see the true men of God. We are not black men, we are Israelites. That's right. Take care of us. Take care of us. And our children too. And our children too. We have repented. We have repented. How about you? How about you? People want to know who's the king.
Oh, nation of Israel, it's time to return to the Father. Oh, nation of Israel, it's time to return to the Father.
Now why they trying to make it so hard to serve God? And why when I say that I'm a Jew it sound odd? For years I've been walking around saying that I'm a black man. I ain't saying that no more, it sounds wrong, man.
This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. IUIC plans to continue visiting different countries where this gospel has not been preached before. IUIC needs your help in pushing this truth. So join us. Subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and podcast, and stay up to date with us. For more information, please visit www.IsraelUnite.org.